Yeah, welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead, and I'm your host Sharpie's Bets, and this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks. Why? Because with your first promo code of Pub Sports, your first match deposit of up to $100, they will match deposited. So flip it one time and do us a favor, do you a favor, and use that promo code Pub fucking Sports. So quick little recap yesterday. Gave out 2K props, and what did we do? Of course, we won them. And guess what? We have 2K props again today. I know I wrote one, but we'll get into the other, guys. I just kept looking, kept staring, and at the end of the day, you're just going to have to kick me square in the nuts to not play on this other guy. So, shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you didn't. Come join us if you're in the Twitter world. This video will be ending shortly, and just smash the link and come join us and start cashing with Sharpie's Bets, because it's free, guys. So get on the train while the train's still fucking humming. And yeah, what did we do yesterday for Prize Picks? We went 2-1. I did lose on Taylor's fantasy score. He did only have a single yesterday, guys, but we did what we had to do with JD Martinez. Once again, over 1.5 bases cash for us. We were on him as the sole base prop yesterday. I've been only betting one person in these 4 games, maybe two, and it's been really, really profitable for us. So definitely need to throw stuff at my cats because they hate me, but got to be riding just 1 or 2 props a day. That's been really good for me hitting wise. So 3+ bases cashed us for Martinez at plus 150. We did lose the sprinkle on the plus 600, but we definitely had the right read on that guy yesterday. So yeah, then we were on Cease. Cease is a straight bet and Cease on Prize Picks, guys. And I told you he was my most favorite bet of the day. He was going to get 8 strikeouts versus these Detroit Tigers. And what did he do? He went and did what he was supposed to do for us, guys. He went and put money in our pockets and food on the table. And yeah, then we get into Gonsolin. Once again, another K prop I was on. Is he a strikeout pitcher? No, he is a ground ball pitcher. But the numbers said that he will get it in 6 innings. He went 6 innings of work, had 6 strikeouts. Good God, did he strike out the inning in the second inning? And I thought it was going to be easy. Yes, but sometimes life ain't easy, and there's a reason why you don't ladder certain people, guys. And yesterday we didn't ladder those guys. They did their job, and yeah, let's just keep freaking putting money where it belongs and not in the bookie's fucking hand. Shout out to the chat, guys. We're freaking rolling. DJ Big Boss is up in here. My fucking guy. North Ender J Peasy. Big Red. That's a new name. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling, guys. So, smash the like, hit the share. Tell your mom about this show. Tell your grandma about this show. I might got a foul mouth, guys, but I fucking win money. So, let's get into money, guys. First game of the day we're going to talk about is the Rays and the Yankees. Shane McClanahan versus Nestor Cortez. Shane McClanahan is 7-2 with a 1.87 ERA. 1.87 murder, guys. Out here in Cali, 187 is murder. So McClanahan's been money for us. We've been on him quite a lot on this show. He does have 98 strikeouts in 72 innings, and he has played 9 home games compared to his 3 road games. He has played the Yankees on May 29th, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts, and he played them 3 times last year. 2 on the road in 3 inning stints. He went 6.1 innings with 8 hits, 5 earned runs, and 9 strikeouts in those 2 games combined. And then at home last year, he had 1 quality start, 6 strikeouts, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. So he has seen them a little bit last year, and he's seen them once this year. He is a sophomore. This is his kid. This is his sophomore year. He's not in a slump, and he's learned how to pitch in the big leagues, guys. So how do I not go against these numbers? Over the last 3 weeks, the Yankees are walking 9th in the league, 9.3%. They're striking out at 24.5%, which is 5th in the league. 251 average and a 786 OPS and an isolated power of 211. So average OPS wise, guys, they're about middle of the pack, 17th, 15th, respectively. Nothing home to write home about. But that ISO is legit, guys. That means they're hitting the ball out the fucking park. Well, if you look at his K prop, it's at 7+ at minus 130. It's at 6.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores at 39.5. You're gonna just have to fucking kill me, bro. Like, kill me, as my boy Trey would be singing and saying. But so definitely you're gonna have to just kill me on this. This wasn't the one I was heading into the game, into this show with the bet, but just riding up and looking more and more at it, guys. Like I'm on McClanahan at 7+ minus 130. Why? He's had 7 or more strikeouts in 11 of 12 games this year. So you're just going to have to kick me in my fucking nuts. At the end of the day, this is one of the elite pitchers in baseball. Yes, can he give up some runs today? Yes, but that has nothing to do with strikeouts. And I've got to expect McClanahan to keep doing what McClanahan has been doing. So just kick me in the nuts if I lose this one. But 11 out of 12 games, he's had 7 strikeouts or more. The fuck out of here, guys. It should have been at 7.5. And then I would have had to think about it and probably not play it. But I have him for 8. You're going to give me a 6.5. Please and thank you. On the other end, we got Nestor Cortez, guys. 5-2 with a 1.96 ERA, 71 Ks and 64 innings of work. He went up against Tampa Bay, May 26, 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. He played them 2 times last year. 9.2 innings, 10 hits, 4 earned runs. He is coming off of his worst start of the year. But that was versus a Twins team who's been crushing lefties, guys. So really, is that much to write home about? How are the Rays over the last 2 weeks? Well, I had to drop it back to 4 weeks just to get over 200 plate appearances, guys. So over the last month, Tampa Bay is 8.5 walk percentage, middle of the pack. They're not striking out the lefties, 16.6%, 27th in the league, with a 286 average and a 722 OPS. So those are both seventh average, 17th OPS. ISO is 0.99. They're just not scoring runs. Are they getting on base? Yes. And are they walking? Middle of the pack. They're not striking out. Those numbers say that they're eventually going to start scoring, but eventually doesn't cash fucking tickets, guys. And Nestor Cortez is a fucking beast. This is the best pitching matchup on the board today. And when you got an ace on one end, this game could get to humming, guys. And then you get into bullpens. Bullpens, Rays over the last 30 days, third in the league with a 2.35 ERA, and Yankees are 10th over the last 30 days with a 3.28. So 2 solid freaking stud pitchers, 2 good bullpens. Yeah. Cortez's K prop is at 7+ at minus 108. They have a 6 on Prize Picks, and that's at a minus 145. His fantasy score is at a 36.5. No run first inning in this game is at a minus 165. So once again, if you're on Prize Picks and you're playing Prize Picks, it doesn't matter if you're betting minus 165 or plus 130 on them. You're going to get paid whether you're playing 3, 4, or 5. They're going to pay you the exact amount of your bet. So it doesn't matter. So you want to take juice. You want to be on the side of the books more often than not is what I'm getting at. So you don't want to be taking plus money props on an even money value bet parlay. So if you are one of those guys who likes to play no run first inning on your Prize Picks, here you go. Me personally, I look for different type spots, not just 2 stud pitchers, because they're going to have one bad inning, guys, at the end of the day, and then they're going to lock back in and go. So do they score in that one bad inning, or do they just load the bases and nothing happens? That's just what happens when you've got aces on the mound, guys. Once they get locked in, it could be a very long fucking day. So the one bat I would be looking at, but I'm not going to be playing on him, is Gleyber Torres. He is 4 for 7 off McClanahan, and he does hit lefties better than righties. His average goes up 30 points to a 271. His slugging percentage goes up 200 to a damn near 700 slugging, and his OPS jumps up almost 300 versus lefties. So 990 OPS is absurd. 695 slugging is absurd, and the 271 average is mediocre. So his 1.5 bases is at plus 144. That's definitely value on a guy who does hit lefties for power, guys. And his hits, runs, RBIs is at 3+ at minus 107. So they definitely think he's going to be doing something. I think he's worth a look at his fantasy score on Prize Picks. So yeah, that's the way I'm looking on that game. I see the chat humming right now. Let's get it going, guys. Already past Kershaw's likes. Y'all didn't even know I had the man's fucking jersey on today. Let's fucking go. Let's keep it rolling. Smash the damn like if you haven't. And we're going to get into the next 30K prop of the day, guys. I wanted to bet them both in this Brewers and Mets game. Let's get to why I can only bet one and why I'm going to have to pay the other on Prize Picks. Nothing like some good hot coffee, guys. So Brewers at Mets. We got Corbin fucking Burns, one of my favorite pitchers to bet on, guys. Why? Because I'm a strikeout guy. I like to bet on dudes who strike out. I don't bet on every situation. Oh, this pitcher's a lefty. This pitcher's a righty. Nah, not for me. Not for me. You need to at least be a number one or number two, or at least have some strikeout fucking capabilities, guys. Like, I'm not trying to bet on shitty pitchers. And it worked out for me. So let's get into it. Corbin Burns, the man, the myth, the legend, guys. 3-4 with a 2.48 ERA. Woo! 92 Ks in 72 innings. He did face the Mets 2 times in 2021. He went 5.2 innings and 7 innings, allowing 1 earned run in each game. He had 8 and 9 strikeouts in those games. He does have a home ERA of 3.63 and a road of a 1.42. And we get into how are the Mets? Well, how is Corbin Burns? He got us our K-prop last week. And then he also got hammered. Well, he's going up against some team with the same type of numbers, guys. Just the only difference in the Phillies and the Mets is at least the Phillies walked league average. Where we get into the Mets, they're walking 29th in the league over the last 15 days at 5.8%. Striking out, they're not striking out 20% of the time at 21st in the league. They're 7th average, 7th OPS. Good God almighty. 266 average, 762 OPS, and an isolated power of 278. So they're crushing the fucking ball, guys. Like, at the end of the day, this team is hot, and they're seeing pitchers well. Well, Corbin Burns has got a good track record versus this team. He has 8 and 9 strikeouts, like I said just a second ago, versus this team last year. He had 8 strikeouts for us last week versus a Phillies team who have the same exact numbers, except for now what? The walk percentage drops 3%? Oh, fuck yes. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Give me his K prop. 7 plus at minus 134. Corbin fucking Burns. We love you. I love you. And on Prize Picks, it's at 6.5. His fantasy score is at 36.5. I wouldn't want to look towards his fantasy score. Yes, do I expect him to bounce back and shut these guys down? Yes. But even if he does get hit, the Ks are there, guys. And that's what we need to look for is these strikeouts. And I love Corbin Burns. My family loves Corbin Burns. And this guy just puts fucking money on the table for us on this show. On the other side, I wanted to run David Peterson. Why can't I? Let's get into it. He's 3-0 with a 3 ERA. He's been used as a spot starter and in long relief. Now he gets another shot as a starter, only going 40 pitches his last time out versus the Angels 5 days ago. So realistically, how fucking long are we going to get? I'm hearing reports they expect him to go 5-6 innings. How the fuck is he going to go 5-6 innings throwing only 40 pitches 5 days ago? Like, the most I see him going is 75, 80, and that's 5 innings worth of work. And I can't bet on a guy that I don't know fucking how long his pitching is going to go. Am I going to be looking at pulling his Ks down on a parlay? Fuck yeah, I'll take him down to a 4 on David Peterson. But right now they have his K prop at 5 plus at minus 108, 4.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy scores at 25.5. We'll be talking about why I take his outs. I took his outs under 15, guys. Like, I don't expect him going more than 5 innings. How the fuck can he go 5 innings with only throwing 40 pitches 5 days ago? Like, realistically, it just doesn't add up, guys. And if it doesn't add up, I've got to play it. So I can't take his K prop, even though this team just ain't fucking hitting. Like, this is a spot I really like to look at, and I know Peterson can hit this with a full amount worth of work, but I don't know what he's going to get. Over the last 3 weeks, these Brewers are walking 8.2%, 19th in the league. They're striking out 3rd in the league, 25%. 29th and 27th average, 203 with a 614 with a measly ass isolated power of 74. Not Corbin Burns, but Patrick fucking Corbin dealt versus these sorry ass fucking Brewers, guys. At the end of the day, the Brewers have just been fade except for a 3-week period this year since last year versus lefty. Just something with this team and left-handed pitching. And I expect David Peterson to go out and deal. Do I know how long he's going to be out there? No, and that's the only issue. No run first inning is at a minus 130. And bullpen-wise, we have middle-of-the-pack bullpens. Brewers pin over the last 30 days are 13th with a 3.68. And the Mets pin is a 4.26 17th ERA over the last 30 days, where if you look at the last month, they were in the top 10. So they are starting to fall back. And something to look at. I am on the under first 5 at 4. It's a 4 at juice to the minus 120, guys. I think David Peterson goes out and deals for at least 4 innings, 5 innings max. So I can't bet a guy's K prop when I don't know how long he's going to be out there, but I do expect Corbin Burns to at least go out there and have a big bounce back day. Even if he does get hit today by these Mets, I still expect the strikeouts to be there. He's pitched well versus this team in the past, and I expect him to replicate it again, guys. So once again, numbers don't mean everything. A lot of the time, these numbers tell me not to play it, not to play it. Guess what, guys? Numbers are like lawyers. They don't necessarily tell you the truth. They just don't fucking lie to you either. So it's our job to figure it out. And just don't be number one bullshit guy. That's what. Okay, brother. But yeah, shout out to my guy Noli Knows. He caught the vent I had yesterday at the end of the show. It's like, are you fucking mocking me? I was like, you fucking caught that shit. Yes. But yeah, he was yelling at the TV before this show came on about how a pitcher balked. That's a fucking balk. That's a block. And that's how I ended the show yesterday. And yeah, I'm glad my buddies watched my show. So shout out to the chat, guys. I see you guys rolling 38 live, only 27 likes, man. I know I've won more than 27 y'all some money. So smash the damn like and don't be so psychotic, guys. And let's get to the next game. Let's get to the next game. Pirates at Cardinals, and I'm gonna get into this game too. And I really want to run Rony Contreras, but guys, I gotta stay off of him. Rony is a guy to be bet on, and we will make money off of him. He just doesn't throw the pitch that I really want him to throw versus this Cardinals team. So, Contreras is 1-1 with a 2.57 ERA and 4 starts. A few relief splits, but he does have 15 strikeouts in his last 10 innings of work. That was versus a Braves team that we were on, guys. And the Braves, that's different from the Cardinals, is the Braves fucking don't walk and the Braves strike out like a madman. So we were able to take advantage of that. Contreras is a legit 4-pitch pitcher who does rely heavily on his fastball and his slider, who does have a changeup and curve, though. He can use all 4, but it is predominantly fastball slider. He does have control issues, and he will have problems at times because he is a fly ball pitcher. Last week against the Braves, we said run the Braves' first 5 team total over and run his strikeouts over because he was going to give up runs, but he still was going to get the strikeouts. So at the end of the day, runs don't mean strikeouts. So we double cashed in that game. So the big difference in St. Louis, guys, is he did go up against him his very first start this year. He couldn't get out of the second inning, and it was because of his control issues. Once again. So the Cardinals over the last 2 weeks, they're walking league average, 8.5%. They're not striking out at 19.3%, 23rd in the league, and they're 8th average, 9th OPS. 262 average, 749 OPS. Excuse me. So, ISO's out of 157, so they're not really scoring a lot of runs power-wise, but they are putting people on base, and they just don't strike out to righties, guys. So, can Contreras get his K-prop today? He can, yes, but the numbers say more realistically no. I expect him to go out there and go 5-6 innings, give up 2 or 3 runs, and not get the strikeouts today. So if he does get them, cool. I'm not going to be on him for that reason, guys. There's enough things telling me here to say just kick back and watch. Yes, the power numbers and everything aren't there like the Braves, but neither are the walk and strikeout numbers, guys. And we were picking on the Braves, and you've got to have a certain pitch for me to pick on the Cardinals, and he don't carry that in his arsenal. So on to the other side of this matchup, and we'll also then talk about another bet I got in this game, which is, I like it. Jack Flaherty, guys. It's a season debut for the Cardinals' young ace. The plan was for Flaherty to get some more work in the minors, with Flaherty only going 58 pitches in his last outing, but Cardinals want him out there, and they have him on a strict 60-pitch count limit today. He's been dominant in his 2 relief appearances, going 7 innings with 9 Ks, only allowing 1 hit. So Flaherty has been Flaherty, but granted, it's the minor. Well, how was Pittsburgh? Well, they've got pretty much minor league numbers versus righties, guys. Over the last 15 days, they're walking 17th, 7.6% of the time. They are second in striking out with 27.5. God, I wish I had Flaherty on a full pitch count today. And a 204 average, 26 in the league with a 611 OPS, 27. Isolated power of a 136, pretty much league average. They're not going to give us props on Flaherty, and it's not going to be smart to be playing guys off of IL. What is smart, I know the guy's going 60 fucking pitches. I know Contreras is a fly ball pitcher. I know what some of these guys on the Cardinals can do with the fly ball. I'm taking Cardinals to score first at minus 110 personally, guys. That's my bet on this game. And yeah, both bullpens are middle of the pack over the last 30 days. We're getting Pirates are at a 4.03, 15th in the league, where the Cardinals at a 4.34, 18th in the league. No run first inning is at a minus 120. And like I said, I think it's Jack Flaherty goes 3-4 innings without giving up a run. Now, can we get to Contreras? I think we can get a run or two, even if it's not in the first inning. What I will give you at the end of this show is a first inning bet I took minus a half first inning at plus 190. I'm done leaving money on the table. A lot of these times I take these teams to score first at like plus money, and I think they're going to score in the first inning, and they do, but I don't take them minus a half. So we're going to get into that game a little bit later. We'll just talk about it at the end real quick for a little nugget for y'all hanging in there. So yeah, let's get to it. Other side, I already told you Flaherty, so I would be looking at Goldsmith, but damn, guys, with Contreras' inconsistency of throwing strikes at times and Goldsmith's ability to be very patient and take his walks, it's hard to take a guy's over 1.5 bases when he will take his walks. But he is one of the best hitters in baseball right now, so I don't hate you if you're looking at that plus 102. They have his hits, runs, and RBIs at a 4 plus minus 104. Good God Almighty. I mean, I gave out his hits and walks on the price fix later on, but really, now, like, after I wrote that out, his fantasy score is the spot, guys. To be at 4 plus hits, runs, RBIs at minus 104, 8.5 fantasy score is just stupid. It should be at 10.5 if the man is at a 4.5 hits, runs, RBIs at even money. So this guy has so many which ways to rake his fantasy score. Do I think he has a walk today? Yes. Do I think he has a hit today? Yes. So that's why I did put his hits and walks. But it could be a fucking home run. There could definitely be people on base, and there's so much more outs taking a guy's fantasy score at times that this is one of those times where I would look at it. And then we get into the last game of the day. Probably my favorite game of the day because it's my fucking team. So, Pirates first 5 team total over 1.5. I don't think so. I think Flaherty dominates them. So, yeah, that's on you though. If you think the Pirates are going to get the Flaherty, then go ahead. But I'm on St. Louis scores first minus 110. I don't think they score on Flaherty personally. But then again, Flaherty's only going 60 pitches, which is about 4 innings worth of work. Could be 5 worth of these sorry-ass Pirates, the way they've been swinging. They do swing versus lefties a little bit better than righties, and that's what maybe you're thinking about. But what number was Contreras' K-prop? I didn't bet it. Oh, Contreras was, let me get at you real quick. Contreras' K-prop's 5 plus at even money at a straight 100. So, can he get 5? He should be able to get 5 today, yes. But I'm not trying to bet shoulds. And I ran Gosman, I ran Barrios, and I ran a few people versus St. Louis, and we've been profitable. But like I said, he just doesn't run the pitch that I want to have in his back pocket. So, yeah, no worries, bro. Thank you. So, last game of the day. Let's get into it. 38 live, 33 likes. You guys rock, bro. It's Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. You know what that means? It's fucking hump day. So, let's get on into it. And, Humpty Dumpty this game. We got Reed Detmers versus Tyler Anderson. Got a freeway series. Angels and Doyers. Yee. Last night, we cashed us a plus 450 Chris Taylor stolen base prop. I gave you 2 stolen base props. Taylor and Lux. Who got the balls to go out and cash stolen base props? Me. I mean, is it a little degenerate to bet it? Yes. But is it degenerate if it cashes? Meh. Meh. So, the Balking Dead, guys. At the end of the day, guys, we really do this shit on this show, bro. I bet it, bro. It's not just a pick I gave out. I cashed that bitch last night. It was nice. But let's get into this game. Reed Detmers, 2-2 with a 3.83 ERA in 10 games. He does have a home ERA of 270 and a road of 6.19. It's a little off, though, guys. Remember, it's a little young to be looking at these home road splits. And if you're going to, make sure you dig into it to make sure you validate them. And to me, he's had 2 games on the road versus the Rangers who smashed lefties. So take out those 2 games on the road versus the Rangers, and the guy's got a 3 ERA. So now he's getting a team in the Dodgers, but he gets to pitch at one of the best night stadiums to pitch in baseball and one of the best pitching mounds to pitch in baseball. Shout out to Noli for always telling me that it's now stuck into my head. But yeah, you ask a lot of pitchers around the league, guys, and they love pitching on Dodger Stadium mound, especially at night. So it favors pitchers in this spot. Reed Detmers, he's now running into a team where I had to pull back the last 4 weeks to get over 200 plate appearances. So, how are the Dodgers over the last month? They're walking 10.5%, fourth in the league versus lefties. They're 19th in not striking out, guys. They're 18.8%, 15th average and 8th OPS with an isolated power of 154. So, they're just not really hitting the ball right now, guys. Like the Dodgers, like we said yesterday, they have now gone 8 straight games not scoring more than 3 runs or more. So Reed Detmers has been pretty solid, other than the team called the Texas Rangers, who you should probably look at when they're playing lefties. So, I can't really fault him. And this team right here is it's my favorite team, but they're just not performing up to capabilities, guys. So Detmers K prop is at 4 plus minus 126. It's at 3.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy score is at 18.5. I'm on the over fantasy score here, guys. That's just way too low. Like, just stupid. Like, I don't get it. Like, 18.5 means this guy's not going 5 innings. I know I looked at his pitching outs too. It was at 14.5. Play his pitching outs also. Like, he's going 5 innings today, guys. The Angels need him to go 5 innings. They have a trash bullpen, 26th over the last 30th days with a 5.20 ERA. They need this guy to go 5 plus. This guy should go 5 plus today, guys. I expect him to go 5 plus. You could take his outs or his fantasy score, and you know what, dude? It should cash quite easily today. Tyler Anderson, on the other hand, this is the guy where I'm always like, fuck, am I really going to bet on Tyler Anderson? And I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to pull the trigger. And I've left money on the fucking table. Let's just be realistic, guys. Like, Tyler Anderson has been legit. He's 7-0 with a 3 ERA and 11 starts. He's coming in off of a shelling. Oh, wow, that's who he played, the White Sox. White Sox fucking got him, guys. But guess what? The White Sox are starting to be that team again, hitting lefties like they were that we remembered last year, guys. So I'm not really going to take too much into it. The only other time he's gotten cracked is versus a Phillies team who had some outrageous numbers versus lefties at the time, too. So Tyler Anderson has been solid pretty much all year, other than if you're just a team who destroys lefties. So Tyler Anderson says he's bet on in this spot. We get into the Angels over the last 4 weeks. They're walking 20th, 8.3%, which is good. Striking out 7th, 22.6. That 7th's a little misleading, guys. 22.6% of the time is great. 242 average, 24th in the league with the 19th OPS and an isolated power of 142, guys. So they're just not hitting for average. They're not hitting for power. They're not scoring runs either. And this is where I run into the dilemma, guys. His K prop is 6 plus at plus 118, and on Prize Picks they're giving you a 5, and the 5 is at minus 209, and his fantasy score is at a 34.5. No run first inning is at a minus 115. I wanted Ohtani props. He's 3 for 3 with a home run off the guy. Yes, that's very short sample size, but that short sample size is just, oh Lord, and Ohtani's hot. They ain't offering no Ohtani props because they're fucking stupid. And I did my Prize Picks pick before I did my bets for my hitting props, guys. And yeah, take Ohtani's fantasy score over today on Prize Picks. Prize Picks today is doing a free $25 bet. Your first $25 pick They will reimburse you tomorrow if it loses up to $25, and they will reimburse you by 11 Eastern time. So don't be tripping if it ain't there in the morning. It comes back 11 Eastern time. So play a 5 pick, put all baseball in there today, and they're giving you a free shot at $250. So take some of my plays, take your plays, and let's crack these fools today at the end of the day. So what is this dilemma, guys? Is Tyler Anderson versus people or teams? Teams that hit him, bro, have actually hit him. Well, Mike Trout fucking hits the shit out of this guy, too. He's 3 for 6 with 1 home run. Super small sample size. I like 15 at bat sample size. But what do we got with Mike Trout? We've got Mike Trout seeing the ball again, guys. And that's all we can ask for is the best baseball player since we've been watching baseball the last 7 years is Mike Trout. And what is he going to do for us today? 2 plus bases is at plus 104. And we go sprinkle that 5 plus at plus 500, okay? His hits, runs, and RBIs is 3 plus at minus 110. I'm going to bet that also. So I split bet the 2 plus bases with his hits, runs, RBIs at 3 plus. I think Ohtani's on, and I think he drives him in. It's that fucking simple. And he can drive him in with a bomb ski. So Mike Trout is hot. He's coming off of just 1 hit last night. And telling my homies yesterday talking baseball, Mike Trout is just like I told you guys on the show. He's like an Aaron Judge. He's 1 base or he's 5 bases. He either goes off or he just gets you a knock. So we're gonna play him to get us over 1.5. And if he goes off today and he sees lefties well, and he sees this lefty well in a very short sample size, this could definitely be a Mike Trout day. And definitely I'm leaning Angels first 5, which is fucking crazy. And I lent Angels yesterday. Talked to my boy Noli, and he was on the under, and that was definitely the spot. I didn't bet it, but neither team scoring, both good pitching yesterday. We knew Syndergaard was going to be good. That's why we played stolen base props. It was just going to be, could you get on to steal the bases? And once Taylor got on for us, we stole some bases. So, yeah. Then we get into Mookie Betts. He woke up off of a 2 for 32 slump with a fucking bombski in the 9th yesterday, or in the 8th. His 2 plus bases is at plus 102. I've got a little too much action going today, and I like to only bet 1 or 2 hitting props, so I'm going to stay off of Mookie Betts personally. But I don't hate anybody, and I know Trey and my other homies are already on him at 2 plus bases as at plus 102, and they might have sprinkled a home run. They seen what I know about him, guys. Once you wake up a stud, it can mean 2 big things. Just like Trout woke up 4 to 5 days ago, Vladdy's waking up now. You guys just got to start looking at these guys, and when they get hot, you just jump on the bandwagon, guys. There ain't nothing wrong with jumping on bandwagons of guys hitting, guys, because especially these guys who can go a whole fucking month, where you could play a prop a whole month and win it 25 out of 30 times. Yeah, yeah. And shout out to my boy Tone, who probably up in this chat somewhere. He played Bryce Harper last year, 30 days straight, and I think he cashed 27. I jumped on it like halfway through. It was absurd how many over 1.5 bases this dude was cashing. Mookie Betts leads the league in bases. Him, or he leads the National League. Devers leads the American League. So at the end of the day, if you're playing Devers, shout out to Noli, who's been playing Devers pretty much blindly for the last month. You're fucking eating, bro. And it's finding the just studs, bro, and sticking with them, bro. And Mookie Betts is a stud. Mike Trout is a stud. It's also staying the fuck off once they go 2 days of not hitting. Cool, bro. Take a break. Sit back. Let these guys start seeing the ball again. Watch their at-bats. Let's see. Are they taking walks? Are they swinging at shitty pitches? Like, look up to some newspaper reports. Do more than just look at a fucking box score, guys. And that's what we do on this show, guys. We're not just box score hunters. So, yeah, shout out to the chat, guys. We be fucking humming. These guys be clicking today. I see you all up in there. AOD, my motherfucking guy, Billy Brisbane. You the truth. And Trey, yeah, Nilo needs to wait till I'm done, bro. I'm in a fucking show and he keeps bothering me. But, yeah, I appreciate it all. Let's get to it, guys. 50 likes. Let's get to it while I go through it. One game I didn't break down, but I'm going to talk about real quick because I told you I got a bet on this game, and I wanted to get to it. This kid pitching for the Cubs today, guys, he is their number 1 pitching prospect. He is a fucking beast. If you look at his pitching report, he is fucking above average on everything right now, okay? So, first time through the lineup last week versus St. Louis, I knew he was going to be dominant. Even in the report say, his first time through, he's going to be really good. The second and third time, because he doesn't hide the ball well, people will then start to pick up on him. So let's take advantage of this stud Cubs pitcher, and let's take advantage of Weathers, guys. Weathers does not belong starting for the Padres. This guy sent Spider Tack, and I don't fucking care to talk about too much about that anymore, bro, because fucking it's over with now, bro. But since that day, this guy has become a fucking trash can set on fire. They tried to trade him and Paddock. The Twins said no to Weathers, bro. Okay, the league knows about Weathers. It's about time we get on with it too. And we saw what the Cubs did to Mania yesterday. They fucking rake lefties. So I'm on the Cubs score first as the bigger bet at plus 110. And I'm on the Cubs minus a half a run first inning at plus 190. Like, I think they get the Weathers in the first inning. And I think this kid goes out like I'm on the St. Louis scores first. I think these pitchers go out for a solid 3 innings and don't allow a run and gives me multiple opportunities at scoring first. So definitely like it. I've been leaving money on the table the times I do play these teams to score first by not playing that minus a half a run. And I'm not going to leave it on the table with the Cubs today. So let's go out there and hammer them for a 1 spot right there in the first inning and let it be the Cubs, please. And cash me a nice ticket today. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Let's get into these prize picks. I bet 2K props today. McClanahan over 6.5 at minus 130. And I've got Burns over 6.5 at minus 134. Burns versus the Mets last year, 8 and 9 strikeouts combined. So pitches well versus this team, and this team hasn't seen him this year, and they're walking 29th in the league at a measly 5.5%. Everything else says he might get hit and give up some runs, guys, but prior history and this team not walking, I'm taking one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game. Then on the other hand, McClanahan over 6.5 minus 130. He's had 7 strikeouts in 11 out of 12 games. You're just going to have to kick me in my fucking nuts with this one. Yeah, at the end of the day, dude, McClanahan is a sophomore who's learned how to pitch in the big leagues. I love his fucking mentality. I love his attitude on the mound. When he gives up a hit, when he gives up a walk, when he gets off the mound and walks back, he expects so much of himself that, you know what, dude, like, he's bet on material. We've bet on him a lot this time, and yeah, that's just stupid. 6.5 needs to be smacked, in my opinion. And I did. Props that I did bet, and we're gonna talk about Goldschmidt. 1.5 walks and bases. Yes, I'm on that, but I like his fantasy score better, guys. And they're giving out a free $25 bet on Prize Picks for your first. You have to make it up to $25. You can't make 5 because then they're only going to do your first bet. So your first bet up to $25, they will reimburse you tomorrow if it loses. So do a 5 pick. His fantasy score, guys, they have Goldsmith's hits, runs, RBIs on the books at 4+ at even money. That's absurd. He gets 4+ hits on runs, RBIs. He doubles his freaking fantasy score. If he just gets 3, he easily cashes his fantasy score. So his fantasy score is the fucking spot. And we're going to talk about Peterson, 15 outs. I just don't think he goes more than 15 outs. He went 40 pitches his last time out. How the fuck is he going to go 80+ pitches? I just don't think it's plausible, and I've got to just ride my gut. It's a big gut feeling here, guys, and I could get punched in that gut right here, but it's strictly based off of, dude, I've been watching and doing this shit for way too long. Like, you're just going to go burn this full? I just don't see that happening today. I don't see Buck Showalter burning out somebody just to burn him out. So I'm going to take him under, guys. So that, and we've got to look at Corbin Burns. I'm on him already over at minus 134, and we're going to play him on Prize Picks too. Why not? Like, I expect this guy to have 8+ strikeouts today. And yeah, definitely my favorite play on the board with strikeout props. But I have the same bet on both, and I expect to keep fucking rolling, guys. So jump on the train before it's too late. Smash the like, hit the share, start telling people about the best MLB prop show out. Why? Because it's free and I win. And why? Because I win my own money. I don't ask for tips. I don't ask you to buy my fucking package, guys. So if anything, and you would like to tip, go on over to Pub Sports Radio. They have this buy me a beer. It says buy me a coffee, but it's really buy me a beer. After I rack your guys' bank account up, go buy me a beer and let's meet up in Atlantic City where the next Pub Sports fucking kickoff's gonna be. And once that money gets pulled up, I guarantee you our boss Slaughter is going to double whatever the fuck is in there. Like, that's what's crazy. I know it's a big amount, but Slaughter spends so much more money out of his own pocket than I've ever met any other man, guys. So let's just keep the donations coming. You guys fucking rock, and I'm gonna keep these plays winning, guys. Until tomorrow, until the next time, let's keep fucking balking and stay fucking dead.
I can't end the show. Hold on.
Well, I'm not getting high yet. I'll wait.
Hold on. My fucking taskbar is over this fucking shit.
No worries. What up, chat? While we're sitting here and he's trying to freaking end it, what y'all got? What questions? Let's talk some baseball. Mad Stoney, minus 155? Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to bet minus 155, but if you want to bet minus 155, that's on you. That's a big chunk if I lose, but I got to keep the juice down at the end of the day, Crocodile. So, yes, is that probably